District 13-6A. Coach McDowell is building this program for long-term success, and the Grizzlies are ready to roar this season.
Let's go out there and make plays, fellas. Let's do this. Y'all want to win this game? Let's go win the game.
The way that I started doing sports photography is in high school. My dad sent me to a photography class where I learned the basics of photography. Later, I started borrowing a camera, and I had an opportunity to go to a football game where I could go down to the sideline and shoot live game photos. I fell in love with this. I felt the energy of the players, the speed of the game, and I wanted to bring that to photography and share it with others so they could feel that same feeling of excitement. One thing that really excites me about the sports photography is I'm around a lot of high school students who are really trying hard to get to the next level and play at college. So I try to find the way that colleges are representing their players, and I try and bring that to the high school level to bring them closer to that. So when I'm planning hype videos for a sport, there are a number of things that I think about beforehand. I will do a series of storyboarding where I will come up with a vision for the shoot, what kinds of shots will help me reach that vision. I will do a bit of research where I will go onto YouTube or Instagram and I will watch college level videos, because that's really where my motivation comes from, is to bring the high school look up to the college level. But I'll also leave room for when I'm on the set to sort of feed off of what the players are giving me. I'm not always aware of what might be in style or trending, so I like to ask the student athletes to show me what ideas they may have to bring to the shoot, and I'll work with their ideas and I'll stitch that together with what I've planned with. Usually it works out where 2/3 of the shoot I plan out and I kind of have an idea of what to expect, and the other third I take in stride and just capture what's happening in the moment. For capturing video, one of the most important tools I have is a gimbal. So a gimbal allows me to hold the video camera in a much more stabilized way so that I can move, I can run, I can try and match the speed of movement around me. Another piece of equipment that I like to bring is I have a large speaker, or Bluetooth speaker, and I like to bring that out on set. And I usually have that playing to the type of music that the sport is, or the age of the kids are, that relaxes them, that makes them feel hyped up and excited, and that really translates into how they perform in the video and how comfortable they are. So I think that that's a key piece of making these videos come to life, is having the kids feel in the right mindset, and music is a big part of that. If I'm shooting a sports video of live footage on the sideline of a game, I don't use any lighting. I'm limited to all natural lighting, and that has its own challenges in and of itself, whether that's harsh sunlight or stadium lights, but in general, I'm using natural ambient light around me. When I'm shooting a hype video, I have a lot more leeway with controlling the lighting. I will use naturally white balance lights in combination with RGB lights. One of my favorite ways of lighting scenes is using RGB tube lights so that I can match the colors to the school or the sport in the background and have clean white light on the foreground to light the subject. And that gives a really good pop of a look where there's a lot of black and darkness behind the subject, and the subject is bright and kind of pronounced in front of that scene. I try to keep enough movement and change of speed throughout the video. When I'm editing, I like to cycle between still shots to full-on movements with the gimbal. And I find that in watching a video, it's more interesting if there's contrast between the movements. So I don't want to stay still for the entire video, and I don't want to be moving for the entire video. In addition to movements for videos, one key piece that I pay a lot of attention to is the speed of the footage. I almost always shoot at 120 frames a second, and then that allows me to slow it down back to 24 frames. And by having that difference in speed, I can slow things, I can speed things up, and that can give the feeling and effect of movement without actually having physical movement. I think all of those things play into the story feel to a video and how exciting and how connected you feel to the motion of the sport that you're capturing. These shoots have upwards of 50 to 200 people in a single setting. There's a lot of logistics for people being on time, people following directions, collecting payments, answering questions from parents. Those are some of the logistical constraints. Beyond the shoot itself, There's a significant amount of time invested in editing and building templates and adding names and graphics and then uploading these and getting them shared in a timely manner. Those are some of the other challenges. And in a school setting, you could find yourself interacting with many parents who might have questions or asking if you can change things about their kids' photos that may not be entirely realistic. But part of being a photographer is answering those questions, staying professional and polite about it, and still getting the work done. My Zenfolio website has helped me share my work with prospective clients by giving me a very polished platform and gives me instant credibility to have a professional looking website, which lets my clients know that I'm a professional photographer and I take my job seriously. Another benefit of using the website is the different demographics I work with. I have a lot of traction on social media from students, but Booster Club members and parents are more likely to use a website than they are Instagram. So having my Zenfolio portfolio online, in addition to my social media handles, helps me cover the spectrum for how to reach my prospective clients.
In District 13-6A, Coach McDowell is building this program for long-term success, and the Grizzlies are ready to roar this season.
Let's go out there and make plays, fellas.